Privileges and immunities, last call. Remember, there are two provisions. One is in the Constitution, Article 4. Citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of all states. Article 4, privileges and immunities, means state A may not withhold privileges and immunities from state B citizens. And what are we talking about? Fundamental basic rights. For example, access to the courts, the right to seek employment, commercial losses, and things like access to medical benefits. The Privileges and Immunities Clause of the 14th Amendment states that no state shall pass any law that abridges the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. So while Article 4 prohibits State A from discriminating against State B citizens in terms of their fundamental and basic rights, the 14th Amendment only applies to the privileges of the United States, national citizenship. So what does this mean? Three things. The right to travel, right to interstate travel, number one. The right to redress of grievances, and the right to vote in federal elections. Article 4, State A can't discriminate in privileges and immunities from State B in terms of their fundamental privileges and basic rights. Whereas the 14th Amendment only applies to interstate travel, voting in federal elections, redress of grievances. Okay, so when it comes to interstate travel, remember that is a fundamental right and it will be subject to strict scrutiny. So any state durational residency requirement gets strict scrutiny. Restricting access to welfare benefits, strict scrutiny. Excessive durational residency to hold a job or to vote, strict scrutiny. Okay, Article 4, State A cannot discriminate against State B citizens in terms of their fundamental privileges and basic rights of state citizenship, access to the courts, seeking employment, commercial licenses, municipal income taxes that tax employees that work in a different state, privileges and immunities of the 14th Amendment, United States citizenship. You cannot burden your right to travel or move. That's going to get you strict scrutiny. You cannot restrict access to welfare benefits, strict scrutiny. And then there's voting in federal election and redress of grievances in the courts.